Oh, what's up? I'm Sir Esters,
I'm Black and Pino J.
I'm B Scribs.
and we're the Unintelligent Graduates, and classes in session. So today is April 2nd, and let's talk about how everybody's week been. Go ahead and start off, Scribs.
Hey man, my week's been crazy. Of course, right after we did the episode last week, they had the slap heard around the world that we're going to talk about later. But it was like literally happened during while we were doing our episode.
Yeah.
So I was like, the I missed. Like all of a sudden I look at social media and she was just crazy. I was like, man. But I saw yesterday that the Titans had some of the highest odds to win the Super Bowl this next year.
So what does that mean for your conspiracy theories?
I was surprised because then I realized it was an April Fool's joke. But anyways, it was.
When he said that, I already knew he was lying. I already knew that he was lying.
I was keeping up hope, bro. I was keeping up hope.
He was trying to make a funny joke, but I already knew he was lying.
I was keeping up hope.
Because I already knew the odds.
I also saw the other April Fool's joke where it said Colin Kaepernick signed with the Patriots. I was like, yeah, not never. Yeah, right. That ain't happening. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's his pro day today or whatnot, that little training thing, man, his wide receivers couldn't catch nothing. These dudes were out there dropping everything.
It was in Michigan. He was in Michigan.
I know. And these dudes,
so what does that say about Michigan?
The CFL or something like that. Like they were just dropping everything, bro. I'm like, dude, what? Like, that's crazy.
Maybe it's maybe they just choked under the pressure.
Sabotage. They got a man's career riding in his hands. You know what I'm saying? He's an honorary Michigan captain for their first football game this year.
Bro, I'm not holding up any more hope. I think that ship has sailed for him. I mean, you have. We talked about it before, man. You have to choose that lane. I think he's chosen that lane to be the activist, and I think that's where he's going to be going, man. I don't think
everybody can be Michael Jenkins.
Hey, he can either be a martyr or a player. Yeah. What you trying to do, man?
It can't be both.
But I mean, besides that, my week's been pretty solid. How's you guys' week been?
So, man, all right, I'm still backpacking in the lands between on Elden Ring, bro. Let me I was exploring in this cave, bro. And because I'm only beat 2 bosses still. I'm still bullshitting in this game. Just finding new shit. And apparently, like I bumped into this lady. She said that there's a way to get to this other part of the map that I can't get to unless I beat a boss. But she said there's a way I can get there if I find this tunnel. If I find the tunnel, it'll take me to the other side of the map. So I kept looking, and I finally found this tunnel. And there's all kinds of shit I can fight. And I fought my way all through this fucking tunnel. Fought fucking vampire bats, vampire lady bats. They
what?
You remember that Van Helsing movie?
Yeah.
You remember how Dracula's brides look? They look like bats, but they had like female heads and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was fighting them. I was fighting a whole bunch of those bitches. Got to the end of the tunnel, made it to the other side, and then I'm looking at the map. I'm like, oh shit, I made it. So I'm being like, you know how it is when you're in a new hood and you're trying to make sure that you're trying to keep your eye on the surroundings, make sure ain't nobody trying to run up on you, that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So I'm doing that in this game. I'm looking for motherfuckers who's trying to run up on me because they can probably kill me one hit. Everything's cool. I'm sneaking around with this horse, the goat horse. And this fucking dragon with fucking 4 wings comes rolling down the goddamn hill. Why did my ass run back into the goddamn tunnel, bro? I had no business being over there, dog. So that's been my week, bro. How's your week?
My week's been good. Just came back from a baseball game this morning. A bunch of kids running around.
Was it the All-Star game you dreamed of, dog?
It's what I thought it would be. Kids, like the crazy thing about it, they wasn't really keeping score. But if they did, we would have won. They wasn't keeping score. They was giving kids like 5 outs, 5 strikes. Yeah. I'm like, what the hell, dude? My mind was all.
Bro,
the kids was just playing. Let the kids play. Cause I'm like, and then my dad is such like, you better than that. Why you doing that? He's yelling at my son.
He said that. He said that.
Yeah. My dad's yelling at my son, dude. Like, why you striking out? You better than that.
Hey,
Hey,
hold on. Your dad wasn't it LeVar Bell?
Hey, LeVar Ball, like
LeVar Ball, yeah.
Like I ain't gonna lie, I was getting excited too.
Yeah.
Like, cause they were doing it the way the rules was so. I was like, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't read no rules. Like the way they did it was when a kid, it's a coach pitch.
Yeah.
So when a kid hit an infield ball, it's one base. You only go one base and stop. And if you hit in the outfield, you go two bases. So there's no such thing as a home run, third base.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm one of the coaches didn't make it, so I had to play like a little first base coach.
Okay.
So I ain't gonna lie, I was getting excited getting into the game. So a kid hit it in the infield and then went to outfield. He was supposed to go to first and stop, right?
Yeah.
He kept running, so I got excited. I'm like, let his ass run, let him run. And I was like, no. He stays in first.
Yeah.
He stays in first. And he had to go back to first base. He would have got to third base because kids, man.
You're triple.
Little kids throwing the ball going everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, dog, the kids would just have fun. Let the kids have fun. And I realized I didn't understand the rules of the game when they started.
Because that's like your first game, right? It was your first game, though. Yeah. So
first game. I didn't understand the rules until I seen like 5 strikes, 5 outs. Like my dad was so into it. No, it ain't gonna be like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, Daddy, just let him play. I'm like, just let him play. Oh. Like he getting all excited. My dad is just like, when he's into it, he's into it.
You got to for the kids, man, because the kids like it. The kids like it when you get excited about it.
Yeah, like when I was playing, when my dad was all into it. But hey, I was like, man, he had my girl feeling the type of way.
Yeah.
When my son struck out, he started getting on my son for that. You better than that. You don't need to be straight in the pitch. And I was like, my girl was getting upset at my dad.
You take it too serious.
Yeah.
You can't get mad at him for that, but hey, you can't get mad at him for that, bro. Hey, that's a whole different generation of sports, bro.
And D was over here with prop bets written down on a book, like a bookie over there. He was like,
did you win the bets of the kids?
I would have bet if I could, dog. We would have won. I would have won money. I would have win.
The thing with because like when you said those rules, bro, like there's an episode of Futurama where Fry actually goes to a baseball game in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And that game got all kinds of new rules and shit. So when my youngest son was playing baseball, I went to his first game, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" It's like, how many outs did they get? And like they had a T-ball. It was like T-ball. So man, the kids had like 4 or 5 strikes. I'm like, dude, y'all making up rules. I don't know what kind of baseball this is, yo.
Yeah, they got to the point. They got to the point when it was like, they look at their watch. All right, just cut it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, damn. There wasn't no scoreboard. Nobody was keeping the score.
He
looked at his watch. He was like, hey, cut it. Damn.
I think it's either one or two things. It's either one, just to kind of let the kids enjoy the game and get a feel of what baseball is, or it could be like that participation award sports kind of shit.
Yeah.
Because when we put my daughter in soccer, and it was the same shit, bro. Like kids were fucking picking up the ball with their hands, throwing it at each other. Kids from opposite teams talking to each other, picking flowers. My daughter, she got mad. One kid took the ball from her. She went and hit that motherfucker in the back. I'm like, dude, what the hell is going on? It's like the longest yard over here, yo.
Hey, dog. I just realized, dog, it gets more. I know it's gonna get more challenging once kids pitch.
Yeah.
I know that's when it's gonna get more challenging. That's when you get the parents. I think that kid's the best thing possible.
I honestly, I think what you were experiencing, I think it's more just let the kids have fun.
Yeah.
And see what baseball is like, kind of, and And then I think later on during the season they're gonna learn more about the fundamentals of how to play and all that
Yeah,
shit.
he had like when he was in the field, he had little bear claws up. He had little bear claws up. Like,
Did it? Yeah.
like, what you doing? But the coach told him to do that. I'm like, DJ,
What?
damn. He's like, no, the coach told him to stand up like they got little bear claws up.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. Let me shut up. I'm like, let me
Yeah.
shut up, let him do what
Hey,
he
man.
do.
You know what? Hey, it's like new math. It's like school got that new math, bro. Don't question it. Just let it go, bro.
I think like for stream worthy reasons, we should have your dad watch you playing me in a game of Madden sometime. And I think that would be like
Hey,
comedy gold.
Hey, get your internet right. Hey, we could probably play maybe if your internet was right. I ain't trying to have no player left the game and all that because your
I
internet
lagging
jacked
I
up.
could be lagging.
I ain't trying to have all that, dog. Goodness. I don't want no forfeits and all that. Because hey, I don't care if you up by 20. If it says player lead the game, that's a win for me.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Hey, you know he a fan of Cosby when you want to win by technicalities, bro.
Hey, I'll take a W's a W.
But no.
Y'all ready get on this first topic, man?
Yeah, let's get into it, dog.
Basically, let's get on everything that's been talked about over the world. Basically, they just came out with Will Smith has resigned from the Oscars Academy after slapping comedian Chris Rock on stage during last Sunday's ceremony. So, you already know he slapped Chris Rock over a joke about his wife's shaved head, which you already know she had alopecia. And over an hour later, he won the Best Actor award for his role in King Richard, where he played the father of tennis stars Venus and Serena Williams. So, let's get on to this topic. And is it legitimate that he slapped Chris Rock?
He slapped the shit out of him.
Yeah, and
that's
let's just talk about it, man. It's just, who wants to start off this, man, with their opinion?
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead. He's like he burst at the seams right now. Yeah, he muted, dog. I can't hear you, dude.
What are you talking about? Are you muted?
He's muted. I think he's muted. I can't hear that fool.
Oh, yeah, fuck that. I'll talk.
Go ahead.
Hey, basically, when it came to the situation, Will Smith was in the wrong.
Yeah.
Some people were saying what I was thinking the whole time. It was just a lot of built up anger from past issues. You already know they talked about the entanglement issue, Tupac thing. Everybody's coming at Will Smith so hard on certain situations that it just got built up. Because if you look at the situation, The Rock said a G.I. Jane joke, and Will Smith laughed.
He was laughing.
He was enjoying it. And then that sucker looked at Jada. Jada gave him that look. Like, what the hell you laughing at, man? You better do something about this.
She looked at the motherfucker and did this.
I guess it came to realization, what would Tupac do in the situation?
Yeah.
And he said, I'm from West Philadelphia, born and raised, when he walked on stage and slapped Chris Rock.
Hey.
And that's when you saw Jada laughing. And if you've seen some other camera views, he was laughing when he got slapped. And he turned into a gangster. Saying,
hey, you can take the man out of West Philly only for so long before the West Philly shows up. You know what I'm saying?
The crazy thing about it is, like, he didn't really apologize till he said there was a lot of demons and he was hurt by it, but he didn't really apologize till he was banned, till they was talking about banning him from the Oscars. Because if you look over the ceremony, like after the ceremony, he was kicking it, rapping,
getting jiggy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, also, I don't know her name, but she made a joke about Jada too. And Will Smith didn't do it the same way he did to her Chris Rock.
Hold on, what?
Her name.
Was it another comedian? Like at
the
Oscars?
She's a comedian.
At the Oscars, though?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
She was fat, but she turned skinny. She was on that Damn, I can't remember that movie.
You talking about the blonde Fat Amy? You talking about Fat Amy?
Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer.
No, not Amy Schumer.
You talking about Fat Amy from the singing movie?
Yeah. She made
Yeah.
a joke about Jada Pinkett too.
Yeah.
And Will Smith didn't go off the same way.
I mean, that's if he went up there and slapped her, bro. That's
Not slap her, but he didn't like.
Yeah, America would have had a heart
He
attack.
didn't. He
Black
didn't. He
man
didn't
went
really
on stage and slapped a white blonde lady in
Yeah,
the
that's
face.
over,
America
bro.
would have
I'm
been like,
not saying give her the same energy,
oh, okay.
but still though, like that just lets me know, okay, he was in the heat of the moment, and like he shouldn't have. He let some take over his pride, dog.
Yeah.
Because he did the typical black man. And to be real, he shouldn't have slapped Chris Rock. He should have pulled Chris Rock to the side. He should at least talk to him after and just like, hey, dude, my wife didn't like it. That
keep
you
my name.
But it's come to the point now that there's a lot of issues going on within their relationship, or Will Smith have a lot of issues going on right now.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like Chris Rock cut this man off easy.
Huh?
Chris Rock let this man off easy.
I think so too.
Yeah. Jim Carrey said he should have sued him. Chris Rock. Yeah,
no,
a lot of people say.
I mean, when he said, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth," Chris Rock should say, "Keep other men out your wife's mouth." That's what the fuck he should have said.
He could. You know what? He could have. And like those are at the point when he slapped him, and then because he took the step back and he recovered, and he touched his face. It was real New York. I saw like a whole lot of New York in this motherfucker. He grabbed his face. He said, "Wow," and he said, "Okay." And then I'm thinking in my head, he's about to break down the wall right now. He's about to say some shit, but he kept his composure. I think that's what
Dave Chappelle would have said something.
I think this was.
Well, I mean, I don't think Will Smith going up there swinging at Dave Chappelle like
Dave
that.
Chappelle swole, bro. And if he did this in like 2000, Dave Chappelle, maybe. He probably got away with that shit. Motherfucking post Comedy Central, Dave Chappelle, nah.
Wu-Tang! Wow! Straight in his throat.
Like when the slap, well, that shit happened while we were on our last stream last week, and after we ended the stream, my wife came and told me, she said, "Yo, Will Smith just slapped Chris Rock." And I'm thinking it was like a skit for the Oscars or something, and then I didn't really believe it was a real slap, and then the next day, fucking Twitter was just ablaze, and that's all you kept hearing: Slapgate, Slapgate, Slapgate. And I'm like, okay, well, let's see what the fuck is going on. And I saw the video. I was like, yo, he really did. He slapped the shit out of dude.
He did. He threw the arm over here.
I thought it was funny at first. I'm not gonna lie, because I got a twisted sense of humor. I thought it was funny.
It wasn't funny, dog.
And I thought it was me as a husband. I'm looking at, he disrespected my wife. I need to do something about it. I didn't see the part where he was laughing. He was with the joke. You know what I'm saying? He was laughing with him before Jada gave him the look. I was just looking at just from him saying the G.I. Jane shit, and then it does a cut, and it says, "Oh, okay," and then Will's walking up to him, and then the slap. I'm like, "Oh shit, he did it."
Even if he didn't laugh, though, the slap still wasn't.
No, I know, and after like the dust settled and that high kind of went down for me, and then I started thinking about it. I said, "Yo, you are one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood, and you're also a role model to a whole bunch of young black kids. You know what I mean? That is not how you conduct yourself in the slightest."
Look, bro, he just trying to promote the new hardcore Prince of Bel-Air. That's all he trying to do. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
Boondocks called it.
Good ass show.
It happened to Mr. Dubois. It happens to everybody.
But I mean, like Will Smith is one of my favorite actors, like growing up. You know what I'm saying? Since Fresh Prince, and to see that happen, like you pretty much just watch this dude's career just damn near go up in smoke. It was bad enough, you know what I'm saying, hearing the jokes. You got this motherfucker August dude telling your business, you know what I'm saying, about how he's sleeping with your wife and all that shit, and you pretty much cool with it. Then you got your wife on her own TV show putting your business out there and talking about she's saying everything but saying I still love Tupac kind of shit. And that I think that it's fucking with, it's been fucking with his head. And I think it probably has to say a lot about like his mental state right now, bro.
Of course, exactly. Those people should have to take responsibility for the shit that happened. You know what I'm saying? Will Smith alone shouldn't have to be taking responsibility
No,
for that.
they're in a toxic ass relationship. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been that's been known from jump. You know what I'm saying? How Jada has been doing this dude. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't know their situation, but in the tabloids, they always said Jada was wild.
Yeah.
It was Will Smith was always the calm one,
Mm-hmm.
and Jada was always buck wild. Even
I mean, if you're in a relationship where it's an open relationship or it's poly or whatever the hell you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing, and that's at your discretion because that's your relationship. You know what I mean? But if your wife is putting that shit out on blast and with the help of her boyfriend and calling him shits entanglements and all that kind of shit, bro, it more goes on Jada for creating that environment for that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, clearly she didn't appreciate the joke, but the whole point is
you
the whole.
about to get a knock on your door, motherfucker.
Hey,
I think
the great thing about it, I would have sued his ass. I don't care how much money I got.
Of course he would. I would have put hands on him. I don't know about
That's all. I would
it
have been hands, though.
One thing, I respect Jim Carrey because Jim Carrey said it's gonna be over social media like crazy. It's gonna be trauma. Like I looked at a couple interviews, and one interview really said everybody's talking about Will Smith, but has anybody really checked up on Chris Rock?
Well, he did a show.
He's done a couple shows.
I think it was in New York. He did a show, and I mean, one like everybody was assuming his ticket sales shot up through the roof. So that was a good thing that happened for him. And then on top of that, he's been getting standing ovations even before his show starts. And he's actually talked about he's opened up about what happened and a little bit. He didn't really go into detail, but he said give him some time, and then he said he still feels emotional about it, and it's a shock, but it's he said in time he'll be willing to talk more about it right now. So I think he's saying it right now because I think there could be some legal action coming Will Smith's way.
And you know Denzel came to Will. He's like, hey, that was the most gangster shit I've ever seen. You know that, right? You can't be doing that shit.
It took the cop from Training Day and Medea to kind of cool that situation down. And I don't know. I like shit since the taping of the last show, like he's already resigned from the academy. They were talking about the academy wasn't really saying that they were going to expel him from the academy. I don't think they would. I don't think they were going to, but I think he's doing it probably to save face. But I think the damage is already done, though, bro.
Hey man, he's an Oscar winner. Somebody asked me the other day.
That's the craziest part, though. It's like in these award shows, all of them, Grammys, the Game Awards, it don't matter what kind of fucking awards. You're going to know ahead of time that you're going to receive an award. You know what I mean? So he knew he was going to be the best actor for the year. And then you're going to throw all that shit away on a bad joke?
Hold on, you think they know when they go?
They know ahead of time.
I don't think they do because I've seen people's reactions.
I think they know ahead of time, bro.
I don't think they know ahead of time, dog.
Yeah, I don't think they know ahead of time.
I doubt.
I think the way Will Smith figured he's a black actor, ain't no way he's gonna win.
They could have switched that up on his ass. They could have switched it up on him about that award.
Yeah. They probably could have. I don't know. For me, I think that the motherfuckers know ahead of time when they're gonna get the awards and shit.
A lot of them look too surprised, dude.
But for him, like the Academy saying that that they claimed to, after the slap happened, they came to him and told him they wanted him to leave. He said no. Then there's other people saying that was there, saying that nobody came up to him and told him to leave. I think the Academy is also trying to save face too, because for them, Whoopi Goldberg said it the best because she's one of the board chair people in the Academy, and she said it on The View that they would have to explain. They would take 15 minutes out of their time to explain why a black man had to be excused from the Oscars, or why a black man couldn't receive his award, because the Oscars already been dealing with this racial shit already.
Oh yeah, remember Jada and Ice Cube and Will was talking about don't go to the Oscars.
Yeah, so that happened. That was an issue too. It's a big clusterfuck. But all
that
signs,
was where that all started from. It's because Chris Rock back in 2015 made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, about picketing the Oscars, about not going. And then Chris is like, who cares? You weren't invited anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, so it's been kind of a running thing. He's been picking on her, kind of like.
Yeah. But it's all signs point to Jada, bro. I'm just saying, dog. He wouldn't have done it if he hadn't had so much pressure put on him, that apology he put on Instagram, saying like pretty much like it's that boilerplate. I'm sorry, this isn't who I am. Blah 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 blah. I think the damage was done as soon as he let his motherfucking hand fly, bro.
I don't know.
Yeah, and why you gotta make it so public, dude?
That's what I'm saying. After all this shit died down, bro, like that, all that, I thought it was funny. I thought it was justified. All that shit kind of changed when I had time to sit and think about it for real. I don't know. This is how you make your money. If this is how I'm making my money, I'm not finna fucking shoot myself in the foot, bro.
Man, he could have. I know him and Chris Rock got the same number, dog.
Yeah.
You could have texted that man. I don't know. He probably did text him.
Well, no, he said Chris Rock said he hasn't talked to Will Smith, despite those reports saying that they talked off screen. But he said in his most recent show that he didn't talk to him yet.
For real?
He said he's trying to take time to figure shit out right now. So I think there's some legal shit about to hit him, bro.
Yeah, Will could have, rather than trying to put it on Twitter and trying to, rather than just say, I apologize to Chris Rock, the Academy. Man, you ain't got to put that crap on Twitter. Man, shoot Chris Rock a text. Hey, dude, I apologize. I know I fucked up.
See him in person and just get prepared to get hit back.
I know they got the same numbers. And then on Twitter, you could just put, hey, me and Chris talked about it. Man, that putting it on Twitter and Instagram to let people know. Man, come on, dog.
I think it's more props to Chris Rock being able to take a smack from a guy that played Ali in the movie.
He was trained by Ali.
And motherfucker barely even moved a step. Like, he was just like, ooh.
He from New York, dog.
That's what I'm saying. Now, the problem with this is that folks think that they're just going to be able to jump up on stand-up comedians while they're cracking jokes at crowds and whatnot.
You know what?
Which
I heard
does
that
happen
too.
from time to time.
I heard that too.
They're just going to be like, Will did it. Why can't we do it? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not good. You know what I'm saying? People need to learn to take a joke.
It's going to get to a point now. They'll be prepared now. Whoever walks on stage will have problems.
Well, that was the thing though. Like, Chris Rock had a heckler in his show when he's talking about this shit, and like he had his security with him. They they all got their security with him anyway. So his security actually handled the shit. Like, he didn't know if the dude had a gun or any of that shit. But that's the shit you got to think about now, because motherfuckers is crazy, bro.
Yeah. Shout out to Chris Rock, and we hope everything gets better with Will Smith, and hopes everything gets with Chris Rock, and we hope he gets better to talk about it. But we talked about this for a good minute, man. That's what topics, dog.
Yeah, we did.
Let's talk about
shit.
Bruce Willis. Family has announced the actor is returned from the professional after being diagnosed with aphasia, which is a language disorder caused by brain damage that affects a person's ability to communicate. And you already know they put a joint statement on social media. So let's talk about this and what Bruce Willis brought to the industry of acting.
It's just crazy though, because he started off as like in a rom-com comedy kind of shit.
Bro, yeah. I don't know if this is real or not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're just saying this. So like they recanted the whole Razzies now. Like the Razzie people recanted like the Bruce Willis Award and all this like shit they invented because he made so many bad movies in the last year. You know what I'm saying? But if it is true, it's sad. I mean, Will Smith really laid the pave work for like a lot of the ways that the MCU like superhero arcs are. You know what I'm saying? Like they're badass superheroes at the same time. They're also smartasses, you know, and quick with the jokes and you know what I'm saying? Like if you watch a lot of that stuff, I mean Ryan Reynolds alone, it's like that's Die Hard all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like he really paved the way for a lot of these actors and the way where they're doing movies these days. And
it was just like that quick-witted, that hard-boiled New York cop is in L.A. kind of deal. Die Hard was like, it was crazy, like just to see that happen. You know what I'm saying? Like this one dude take down. I never seen a movie like I seen Rambo and shit like that, but to see that happen like in an office building, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Bruce Willis took action to a whole nother level with Die Hard, with the Die Hard series, and not to say that they were good. The one with Samuel Jackson is the best one, but like hell, I even remember playing it was a game on PlayStation 1 called I think it's called Armageddon or Apocalypse. It's called Apocalypse. It starring Bruce Willis, and he actually did the voice acting for the game and shit, bro. It's like Bruce Willis has been doing a lot of shit, bro. And hearing the news about this it kind of hurt.
Says it's caused by brain damage, though. Like what has he done that was going to cause that kind of?
I'm pretty sure he did some of his own stunts in all his movies. So
yeah,
there's no telling
what could be a cause. But
it's just true. That's a bummer, dude.
Just pray for Bruce Willis family, and one thing we can call him is Mr. Die Hard.
That's true.
One thing I do recommend, I know they'll probably do it 20 years from now when we're old. Don't make a reboot.
Oh yeah, they're gonna do it.
I see it coming in the future. Don't make another reboot.
It's gonna be Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber is gonna be the new John McClane.
What they gonna try to do? I can see them trying to make a Die Hard with his son.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to see it, dog. So, can we just switch topics real fast?
Yeah, let's go.
For the Bruce Willis family. Hope everything's getting better for Bruce Willis.
Sound like Evander Holyfield these days.
Damn. Hey, man. Damn.
Hey,
let's get on to hey, wow. Let's go to our next topic. So, basically, one of the topics was Michael Bay wishes he had listened to Spielberg's advice, saying he should have stopped making Transformers.
No shit.
Made basically like 5 of the Transformers films, and Spielberg told him he made too many. Just stop at 3, and he already said he stopped, but they kept telling him to make a 4th one, a 5th one, and you already know they made over $1 billion. And he started making Transformers in 2007.
Unfortunately.
Based off the TV shows, the toys, and all that. So, they come out with another film. But you can say he probably left Transformers a little bit because he came out this ambulance movie.
It's surprising it's had the best ratings of any movie he's ever made.
What, ambulance?
I read something like that.
Hell no.
I don't know, bro.
Hey.
Everything from my childhood that Michael Bay touches fucking withers away. You know what I'm saying? Transformers.
I like some of Michael Bay's movies, but
Miami Vice,
motherfucking Ninja Turtles, bro. Everything he touches, bro, it just gets. Bad Boys probably the best thing he's done, bro.
Bad Boys is good.
Which is pretty much Black Miami Vice, but.
And now they've halted, we're kind of the number 4 thanks to what we're talking about. But, I mean, Miami Vice wasn't that bad though.
Miami Vice was bad, dog.
I never watched it.
That shit was bad, dog.
Colin Farrell, Jamie Foxx.
I know you would have thought that would have been like the ultimate Crockett and Tubbs, but it's Michael Bay, bro. Like Transformers didn't get good until he left, and they did Bumblebee.
It got
Bumblebee was
worse.
good.
It got
Bumblebee
worse
was
with
dope.
Shia
Thank
LaBeouf.
God he didn't do. I think it was a Michael Bay production, but it wasn't. Michael Bay wasn't helmet. He wasn't in the director's chair. Like when I
Shia
first saw the
LaBeouf
first.
left, yeah,
So what now?
it was bad. When Shia LaBeouf left, they got really bad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You talking about Mark Wahlberg again?
yeah, it
that
was like you can't replace Sam Witwicky. You know what I'm saying? It's like what.
But the whole thing is like, all right, he took Sam Witwicky. He was Spike in the cartoon. They never called him Spike, which okay, it's cool. It's kind of weird to call some kid Spike anyways in 2000 and shit. But
That's how I got here.
But it's just the way that they did these Transformers and shit. Like the moment that Optimus Prime had mouth and lips and shit, I said, this shit sucks. This is garbage. Why did he get the faceplate? I'm not trying to sound like one of the toxic fans, but when I heard it was a Transformers movie, like a live action movie, I was all for it because that's something I wanted to see my entire.
The first one was good, though. You can't say it wasn't good.
Man, they killed Jazz, the only black robot. Clearly, he was the black robot. Not only is he's named after black music, but he actually got a black voice. And then fucking Megatron rips him in half. He's the only one that gets killed. Nah, bro.
Smooth Jazz.
You know what I'm saying? No, that's not cool. And then
Optimus Prime.
It was so much because he was trying to do this hyper realistic shit. Like they had gears in their eyes and fucking mouth and the nostrils. I couldn't see shit. You know, so all I saw was just moving metal. It was bad. I didn't like the first Transformers.
I really didn't. I liked all the movies until like dinosaurs and all that started getting them.
When they did the Grimlock thing,
I think it's called Gridlock. That's
Grimlock.
Huh?
It was Grimlock, but they didn't do it like the cartoon. Which okay, that's cool. You can take your own spin on it. But it was like I think that was one of the more enjoyable ones when they did Devastator. Like was it Transformers 2 or no? It was like Revenge of the Fallen or some shit. It had Devastator.
I think it was like the third or fourth movie.
Yeah, and like they said Devastator's here. I said, oh shit, they got Constructicons. We about to see this giant ass fucking Transformer, and it turned into like a goddamn homongoloid looking motherfucker. Got his balls hanging out and shit. I'm like, bro, that
shit was funny. I'm beneath the robot's balls.
Yeah,
like, what?
I like.
Shout out to
I'm gonna be honest. Michael Bay, he's not gonna stop because it's bringing in money and people. Transformers coming to a point is like Fast and Furious.
It is.
If people go
coming to that point where they're gonna have sex. You know,
I think so. I think it's gonna get to the point where the whole time, like the Toretto family has been racing these cars. It wasn't because they were good drivers. Is that they were driving Transformers
Autobots.
That's how they were able to jump from building to building.
They should clash it, yeah. Collaborate it.
God,
man.
I watched that.
The only reason Fast and Furious is ahead right now because it came out earlier than Transformers.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why it's a step ahead. But it's to a point now, if people's going to watch it's making money.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael Bay will keep making it like they do Fast and Furious. Find a way to put Transformers in space, man. Like that
I mean, they came from space.
They did. Dark Side of the Moon.
Will be them in space.
Yeah, that's true.
You could add Transformers in with that. There you go.
Crossover that shit. Crossover that shit, and I'll watch both of them series again, bro. You got me.
Oh.
I ain't gonna lie. I'll probably watch Fast and Furious 9 since it's on HBO Max.
If Optimus, I don't know, man. I could not see Optimus Prime be like, I do it for the family. I'd be like, I would probably drive a spike through my wrist. Like, I would just be like, no. Come here, Sam Witwicky. I do it for the family.
Vin Diesel looks at the camera and he got a Transformer eye. He was a Transformer the whole time.
Yeah. Hey, shit. Go ahead and collaborate, dog. Y'all got it. So many movies, man.
They already jumped shark. They jumped shark so many times.
Y'all making so much money, making billions of dollars. Hey,
that's how the dinosaur ones are coming. Like the Transformers are gonna get thrown into Jurassic Park, and he's like, "Ooh,
yeah,
look at that T-Rex's booty hole." And you'd be like, "What?" Like what? And all of a sudden, it's like, "Whoa, there's Optimus Rex or whatever."
I think if anything, just if they don't do a crossover, just cool off on that IP for a little bit, let it cool down, and then reboot it again sometime in the future.
Sometime in
Without Michael Bay.
2070.
Without Michael Bay.
To
be
after
real,
the
man, if they gonna make another movie, man, talk about Cybertron, damn it. Like the Netflix show was good as
hell.
hell.
The Netflix show was off the chain.
That Netflix Cybertron show was off the chain, dog. Like
that shit was dope.
Go ahead and make a show about Cybertron. Shit, stop talking about what's going on Earth and talk about what's going on.
I think that's the bad. I think that's the thing that's bad about the movies is that you got the human element, and with the human element, you have to have a human story. We got to have somebody that the audience can relate to, kind of shit. So throw in Sam Witwicky, throw in Megan Fox. You know what I'm saying? Or fucking the dude that T.J. Miller when he got eradicated. It's just we can. I think we're at the point we can do a movie, just like you're saying, a movie with just about Cybertron, and leave it at that.
Word.
Hey, y'all ready to get on to our next topic, man?
Let's get it.
Let's get on
Absolutely.
to one of our favorite shows coming out with the third season, The Umbrella Academy. So, if you didn't know, Ellen Page transitioning to a transgender.
She's already transitioned.
Yeah, she's already transitioned.
He is already
rather than Ellen
Page.
It's called Elliot. She's called Elliot, or
he is Elliot.
Called Elliot Page.
Yeah,
and they're gonna bring it into the Umbrella Academy season 3.
Victor.
And if you watch the Umbrella Academy, you could tell by season 2.
Yeah.
Going through the transitioning, like she was a lesbian at first, and now gonna turn to a boy. So,
I mean, it's like
go ahead and get your jokes in, Scripts.
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you mean? Go ahead and get me some jokes. Hey, look, man. When like it goes from Victoria to Victor, whatever, but it kind of screws up the whole storyline from the comic books that were written. Honestly, like in a way,
yeah.
I don't see how. I mean, because all this is really just a name change.
It's a name change. But
the person still has the same move set or like the same power set, and they're already kind of already strayed away from some of the comic book source already, anyways.
So, like, yeah, she uses her violin basically as like a sword, right? So,
it's I guess it's like a vessel of her power.
Yeah,
like she can manipulate sound. And I think she channels it through her violin stick one. I don't know what the fuck you call it. I don't play.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think me and a bunch of more other people, we don't read the damn comic books. We just watch this show.
Yeah, I never read a comic either. I'm a fan of the show, and I thought it was cool that it was based on a comic book. But I honestly don't even really care about the fact that they're changing the name, and she's doing it out of respect to her personal life, and just like you said, sir, like season 2, you kind of already saw like she was already looking more manly, you know what I'm saying, or he was looking more manly, and he had that relationship with the wife of that family that took her in, and what can you say? I mean, it was kind of out there, so.
Yeah, and also, I apologize I didn't say it. Rather than be called Vanya, go be called Victor.
Yeah.
So,
because Juno, you got to change the name. You know, that's how it works.
I don't know. It is what it is, and I'm gonna still watch fucking Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
When the season come out, so they ain't stopping.
One thing I'll say is just congratulations.
Yeah.
I respect somebody for bringing something out and to hold it in. So I respect that a lot more, man. People that hides it and keep it behind closed doors, you are cowards.
No, I won't say that. I mean, some people like if they're in the closet for a reason, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna dip out on that. I don't know what.
That's come from Scripps, but I think like when people are in the closet, they're doing it for whatever personal reason. Like maybe they're scared of what their family's gonna say. They're scared what their friends gonna say, or if they're a celebrity, they're scared of what the backlash is gonna be to their stardom. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of motivations on why somebody will or will not out themselves or whatever. But I think how I feel about it is like it's their story. You know what I'm saying? It's not our right to make them come out and
Well, I feel everybody has skeletons in their closet, but I respect you a lot more for just being who you are than to hide it. I don't care if you're hiding it from your family and all that, man. It's come to a point, man. You go down with your skeletons.
Some people can't.
You'll feel more happy and satisfied if you just bring it out.
Like a lot of people
Live your truth.
A lot of people who come out and they open up about it, like they overcome that obstacle, that hurdle in their life. A lot of them have said that they felt a lot more freer and they don't feel that shackled to the lie that they're or the mask that they're wearing to appease other people. I understand where you're coming from on that part, but I would still respect them regardless either way if they were brave enough to do it or not. You know what I'm saying?
It's like I respect the guys that come out as Cowboys fans when they're wearing the Cowboys shirts and hats. You know what I'm saying? Like I respect that more than the closet Cowboys fans that just root for them on social media and stuff. You know, I was like, at least like at least you're out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it is what it is. This is a shout out to my boy Q. Sorry we couldn't get you in today. Didn't have time.
Hey, live your truth, and the truth will not be held against you, dog.
That's right.
That's right.
I look at it, man. I could apologize and say you're not a coward because I don't know your situation, but I will respect you a lot more for living your truth. How about that? Is that better?
He just wants to know, when he asks.
Q!
That's hey, there, Q!
You know the show!
Hey!
Welcome to the show, Q!
Q gang!
Welcome to the show, Q!
Hey, but let's get off this, man. Like I said, congratulations. Congratulations to Elliot Page.
Shout out to Elliot.
Shout out to Elliot on doing that. I respect you for that. Real talk, man. And I still don't rock with the sports thing. I'll throw that in there.
I can just see Esther's dad yelling, hey, hit that ball. I know that's a man or a woman, whatever you want to call it. Hit the ball.
Hey, did y'all not getting off topic though? But did y'all see about that the swimmer?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. What you got to say about that, Black?
All right. Hold on. I still
a whole nother conversation.
Hey, look,
that's a whole other conversation. And I said it before. Like I hate like for me being from a black heritage and knowing about like how segregation is bad, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like in this situation, like you have to separate the sport for these individuals. I said it before.
No,
I said now if they don't, hold on. I said if they don't, they need to take the medication to kind of get their levels down or whatever. This person, they're not doing
enough medication for that, dog.
I'm just saying, I don't know the science behind that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I did say in a previous episode, this topic has popped up a few times. But I've had to say like if they have their own category, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Like you don't have special Olympians.
Now. You did say that.
You don't have Special Olympians going against like regular Olympians. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't gonna have Usain Bolt running with motherfuckers with no legs and shit. You know what I mean?
I'll say
running
this
against motherfuckers in wheelchairs. Do the same. You have to do the same thing for the transgender community too. They would have to have their own fucking league or some kind of shit because, like, we brought this up with the UFC fight, and the ex-Marine he transitioned to a woman and she beat the brakes out of her competition, but she still got the bone structure of a dude. Same thing with the swimmer; they still got the bone structure that physically and naturally they're going to be better. That's why I was saying if they don't separate, like give them their own class, they have. That's why I threw up the whole find some way to kind of get the medication to kind of get their hormones down.
Hey, but you was rocking with it at first though. Hey, Scribs, when he rocking,
I'm not. I'll support this shit. I own
Hey,
this shit.
I'm gonna say this. I'll say this. I was surprised. If you saw the photos, this person looked like all three of them women combined.
I saw that, and
you know
I was
what I'm
like, that's goddamn She-Hulk.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I said I was surprised he won. You swimming around with the extra weight of having a dick and balls. You know what I'm saying? You still beat out three different women. You know what I'm saying?
It's in it's that gray area, bro. But I think honestly, the best way to do it for everybody wins is to give them their own category, their own fucking section. Like you have it for Special Olympics and shit. You can do it for the transgender Olympics too, bro. I think everybody.
Okay. I just wanted to slide that in there. I
disagree with that.
Me and my wife had talked about it. She brought that up to my attention. So she said, "Did you hear about that swimming?" I said, and I said, "Holy shit!" It's like Michael Phelps just put on a goddamn wig and shit. It's I don't know, man. It's like when you watch Joanna, man, it's funny. You know what I'm saying? But then you see this shit happen in real life, bro. It's like
I told, hey, I just wanted to.
I said it before in the past.
I was back now. We can switch back onto the show, man.
I'm just gonna say it's the wrong side of history having the three of them, posing in a picture while the other one's left out. I'm just saying it's wrong side of history there. It's not gonna age well.
Hey, let's get on to these prequels, man. That's coming.
Let everybody compete against everybody. That's how you fix the problem.
Hey, let's switch topic to these prequels that's coming out. Hey, so one of my favorite shows, Game of Thrones, coming out with a prequel.
Mm-hmm.
You already know it's one of the best books. Basically called The House of the Dragon, and you already know it's 300 years before regular Game of Thrones, and it's about the Civil War of House Targaryen. And they just came out with release dates, which is it's gonna be on HBO and HBO Max on the 21st
of what
of this year.
Because
filming wrapped up in February.
You forgot the month. You forgot the month.
No, it's in August.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in August.
You said the 21st of this year. I'm like, man.
Oh, my bad. I thought I said August. Apologize.
Like, the 21st is coming on the 21st. What 21st? There's like 12 of them.
Of February, motherfucker.
So, hey, I'm excited about this. They finally wrapped up filming, and if you I haven't read none of the books, but I've seen like little sneaks and peeks of it.
Yeah, me
good
too.
as hell.
It look good.
And you already know they should have spent a big budget because it's like dragons fighting each other. Families going, typical Game of Thrones. Families killing each other like left and right.
I know. I was gonna say 300 years in Game of Thrones time is like 9 lifetimes.
Yeah, like sad but true.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's gonna be cool. I mean, because they always talked about the Valerian people and all that stuff, and the only ones that you saw was like Khaleesi, her brother, who ended up became like the first Iron Man and shit with the melted gold on his head, and that was it. And
that's fucked up.
I think this is kind of cool because I watched Game of Thrones. I liked it at first. The shit was really intriguing, and the shit got real crazy, and then it just got whack towards the end.
Hey, just make it better than the last season.
Man, please.
Just make it better than the last season.
That last season was garbage.
You can just tell they try to rush it, try to end it.
You can say what you want about that last season. It still had like one of the greatest episodes ever. So it was.
You talking when they finally fought the zombies and shit?
Yeah.
That was the only good part about it. That was the only good thing about it. But all that build up with Kit Harington's character, and he got stabbed. He can he's damn near immortal or some kind of shit. He's a Highlander pretty much, and then he meets with the Khaleesi. Apparently they're related.
He's the Black Knight.
Like that's his auntie or some kind of weird ass shit. And
bro, imagine that. Imagine being him and knowing you blowing out your aunt's back.
And apparently, he can communicate to the dragons. The shit was getting good, and then all of a sudden, he kills her. The fucking dragon gets mad, gives him a mean mug, flies away in the damn sky. I'm like, this shit was stupid, bro. This all that build up for nothing. They killed that dragon. They made a zombie dragon This shit was getting good, and then they just said, "Fuck it, let's just."
Well, to be honest, they ended the show so fast because it's supposed to keep going.
Mhm.
It's supposed to keep going, but one of the reasons I heard they ended the show is because they wanted to do the Star Wars. And then didn't they get dropped from Star Wars?
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
And then it was so, man, them directors just messed it up because they was trying to rush.
Yeah,
and get
DB
on the
Weiss
Star Wars,
and
dog.
the other guy, but
Yeah, thank God.
Hey,
Because they said
they was thinking with their pockets instead of their minds, man.
and I'm glad that they fucking let their mouth just run, because they said that they didn't really read like the source material originally. And I think Disney caught on to that. It's like, man, before we let you fuck up our shit, bro, let me take you out, because that.
but like, we already had episode 1, 2, and 3, so it's
bro, it's like it's one thing that George Railroad Martin was taking his sweet ass time doing his book, and instead of HBO saying, "All right, let's wait on him to do the book," they were trying to rush it because it like the TV schedule is way faster than the book schedule. You know what I mean? And they had to go ahead of him, but they just did it in such a convoluted way. It was just bad all around. So I hope this time they can actually take their time, because there's a lot of lore in Game of Thrones. So maybe they can actually do something good with this one.
Yeah, they already set the standard with the regular Game of Thrones, and now they're trying to just do prequels and just piggybacking off that. And
so there's another prequel coming up.
Work in their favor because I'm gonna watch them. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna watch them, especially if it's for free on HBO Max. I'm gonna check all of them out. But shout out to the House of Dragons. I'm excited. But let's go to this next prequel. Basically, It prequel has gotten the green light.
And turn that shit off.
So you already know It was by Stephen King, and it's gonna be called Welcome to Derry. And it's gonna be in the 1960s, in the time leading up to events of It Chapter 1. So it's gonna tell the story of Pennywise the Clown. And I think that's gonna be real interesting, man.
Yeah, I actually want to see how he became. I didn't know it was a real person. I thought it was just an entity that took on the form of a clown to lure children and shit. I don't know how they're gonna do it, because that shit, man, that movie series is graphic as fuck, bro. And I couldn't even finish watching part 2 because I have this thing where I just can't see kids get hurt, kind of shit. And I couldn't watch that shit, bro. I forced myself to watch the first one.
I'll be real, it was good.
I mean, it was good. It was too damn good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but until he held the kid up and took a bite out of him like a burger, I was like,
bro, that shit.
Like, I was like,
bro,
what?
Bro, didn't he though?
They took, bro.
It's a good rib right here.
Hey, bro, nigga. I was like, his arm off, dog. Yeah,
It was that scary movie. Like most scary movies, they got the highs and the lows. You know what I'm saying? They throttle this shit. Fucking, it was like they just took horror, they took the throttle and just left that shit on the whole goddamn movie and shit.
And now we found out the same actor is going to be playing the Crow. They canceled the Jason Momoa one. Now they're going to be doing a Crow version.
Shout out to that. That's a small little bit.
Skarsgård.
What's his name? Some Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård was the famous Skarsgård. They're actually all sons of the actor from the Thor movie.
From Thor, yeah.
There's like 3 famous son actors, all from. And so I'm looking forward to that because I mean this dude's a great actor. Anything you've seen him in, even that movie is with Tom Holland and Robert Pattinson on Netflix. The devil all the time or whatnot. Yeah, he was in there too. He was really like, I'm excited, man. I mean, anything this dude's in, he's good. So I think his prequel is going to be scary as shit and good as shit. So it's
good shit.
I'm gonna be sitting there, better hide your kids.
That'll be a good. I think it'll do numbers because everybody want to know how did Prequels anyway. Prequels are making numbers anyway because people just want to find out that story.
They just want more. They want more.
Find out, find out how they became the person that
more
they
Pennywise.
are, or the thing that they is.
Yeah.
So we talked about most of our stuff, man. Y'all want to take a quick little break, man?
Shit, let's keep running, bro. Fuck it.
Keep it running.
Let's do it.
Keep running, dog.
I guess nobody got to use the restroom then.
Oh, you gotta use the restroom, dog? You gotta go chink.
You gotta go poo-poo.
I might have to go in.
I'll put you on. You gotta go poo-poo. Here, look, I'm gonna put the old grandpa hat on. Hey, boy. Hey, gotta go poo-poo. Gotta go poo-poo.
Hey, let's switch on the topic. I know y'all some big gamers and things. This is really in y'all's category.
Yeah.
Let's talk about basically the E3 event has been canceled physically and digitally. They said
that's crazy to me.
Big bold letters.
Mm-hmm.
And you already know E3 was a big event every year. They canceled it a couple years ago because of COVID.
Yeah.
They weren't trying to deal with all that, that drama and people wearing masks and all that. But
why'd they cancel it
this year? And we could also throw in some PlayStation Plus on games they came out with and other things like that.
The writing was already on the wall for E3, man.
Damn.
E3 is a product of a bygone era. You know what I'm saying? Before, like, E3 was actually used as kind of like how the press can actually market the video games for the developers and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
By getting these hands-on exclusives, play the game, because a lot of games were being made. They were targeted, like big games were targeted for holidays, like Christmas. You know what I'm saying? But as time went on, like developers are dropping games throughout the year, so you don't really need that big push. And then with the whole thing with digital, when Nintendo did it first, because, and this happened around the Wii U when the Wii U came out. They did it. They went all digital with like announcing their games and all that shit because they said it costs too damn much to go to E3. Like to set up a booth at E3 costs millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even. It's at the Staples Center. You know what I'm saying? It's not even like in a big venue. So they're paying all this extra money just to showcase the game for a week, when you can just save that money and just throw that shit on YouTube or throw that shit on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? So Nintendo started that shit, then Xbox followed, then PlayStation followed. So the big three console makers aren't going to E3 anymore. They got a booth up there, but they're not like these big, expensive booths like they used to be. So it was just a matter of time.
E3's like, what the hell we got then? You know, like, what are people going to show up to see? You know,
and that last E3 was not good at all, bro. It was not good, and you got it's too much competition because everybody has got wise on the game on how they make their money. So
everybody got their own. Everybody has their own E3s now.
And then you got a former game journalist, Jeff Keighley. He does the Game Awards, and he's been trying to work with the ESA who runs E3, but they haven't been seeing eye to eye. So he did his own shit. It's called the Summer Games Showcase, and it's pretty much E3, but it's all digital. And it's just show trailers, show some gameplay, the same shit that you would have saw on E3, but you don't have to wait in line like all day to go play one game. You don't have to deal with crowds, and you don't have to pay those fucking exorbitant ass fees just to go to it. So it's a matter of time. I'm a bet that they're gonna stop E3 in a year's time.
Damn.
What you got on that script?
All I got is RIP E3. You help gaming get from one spot to another. You know what I'm saying? It's just like Blockbuster. You know what I'm saying? You had your time in the sun. It's time to go to greener pastures.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. You know, it's just a change of the times. I mean, Jesus, we got robots that can make burgers these days. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's just a change of time. Change of times. They're on the way out. Like it's.
Y'all want to talk about PlayStation Plus, man?
Well, the only thing I brought that up was a lot of people have been trying to wonder like what's like PlayStation's answer to Game Pass, and I talked about Game Pass extensively on my side, and PlayStation finally put out
Boom.
their version of it, I guess you can say, but it's their answer. It's not Game Pass at all. I think it's just a way to kind of have a comparable service to Game Pass. I was wondering what Skriz thought about it.
I think it's cool. I mean, I'm glad they're not trying to force you that they have 3 different tiers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to pay no more than the $10 a month I'm paying just so I can play games online and shit on kids on Warzone, get funny hot mics. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to pay more than, I don't want to be paying those $17-something. I mean, you do get a lot if you can afford that extra $7 a month. You do get quite a bit more with it. I mean, it's.
But I think the way that they did it, like, I think they could have did it better. Like, and Xbox they're trying to catch up to PlayStation because last gen PlayStation won that shit fucking like hands down. You know what I'm saying? Xbox stumbled out the gate, and they came back. One of the things that they were doing to come back was with backwards compatibility, and they eventually did it to where I think I want to say like 70 something games, maybe more, are actually backwards compatible from the OG Xbox all the way to Xbox 360. PlayStation's answer to it is is behind a different paywall. It's weird. You know what I'm saying? Like with this pass, you can get this many titles backwards compatibility, but if you pay like the high end, you get all of them. That's the
you get even the PSP.
Yeah, and that's the part I don't really agree with. Like, I don't see why gatekeep on that part. Just let your players have the shit, bro. Like they're paying for any fucking level of game, like whatever part of the PlayStation Plus that lets you get backwards compatibility. Let everybody get access to that shit. But I don't think they have a real strong answer on giving out new games day and date like Xbox is doing.
That's true.
But it is what at least they got a comparable service. So.
All right. Let's switch up to our next topic. Basically, you've been seeing it in Japan and stuff like that. A company called Robo Burger sells a machine that will make you a burger with custom toppings from grass and vegetarian fed 100% Angus beef, antibiotic free, and raised with no artificial growth hormones.
And Esther still won't eat it.
For $6.99. And basically, it's not just a vending machine. It's 12 square feet, and it has a whole kitchen in it. And they're installing the first one in Newport Center Mall in Jersey City. And the next ones you'll probably see will be in bars, college campuses, airports, hospitals, rest stops, and things like that. So,
put them shits in the hospital because that's where you're gonna be at, dog.
My question is how fast is the goddamn thing? Like, you know, was it 3 minutes? Takes 3 minutes?
I don't know, but the video I saw, it
6 minutes.
6 minutes.
It looked like a red box machine. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gets like a touch, and it has a video of a fake robot making the burger for you, but you don't know what's really going on in the background, bro.
I do. Rats.
Like, that's what I'm saying, and that's one thing I was gonna bring up. That's one thing I was gonna bring up. When I used to work with you guys, like, you know, we got those coffee dispensers. You know what I'm saying? They gave us the free coffee, quote unquote. And one time I want to get some free coffee. I was working a 7-day work day to kind of help park cars and shit at the plant. So I went to one of these machines, got my free coffee, and I was about to take a sip, and it was a fucking roach sitting in my goddamn shit. So how do I know that is not going to happen to the robot burger machine?
Oh, hell no.
And
I would have drank it anyway. That's protein with your coffee, bro. You know what I'm saying?
In the future, we'll come to a point where we got to eat insects.
Yeah, but I don't want to eat an insect that got boiled in my goddamn coffee, bro. I'm good.
Why not? It's boiled at least. It's like crawfish.
Are you
wild? You know what I'm saying?
You ain't lying, but I'm not. I'm good.
Hey, I'll die for you to roach, man.
Hell yeah. Fuck roaches.
Bro, this Robo Burger thing, this is why I said RIP to E3, bro, and RIP to like fast food chains inside malls. If they can just put these in there and make, you know what I'm saying, money off Off these, they'll have 3 or 4 of them inside a mall, so people ain't even got to wait. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you ain't getting no fries or drink with it. I guess that's the downside.
Yeah.
Welcome to automation.
That's right.
I mean, nobody. To be honest, and we talked about Popeyes last week. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody wants to work in fast food. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's really. When you go to fast food places, they're getting younger and younger and younger because it's just high school kids doing the shit.
It's true. It's like R. Kelly's dating life.
Grown people, like hell. I worked at Burger King for fucking 2 weeks, bro, and I quit. I quit before my 2 weeks was over because I was like, fuck this shit, bro. I don't want to fucking work at Burger King. Nothing against everybody who's working at that Burger King at the time, but I knew I could do better than fucking Burger King. You know what I'm saying? Personally. So I quit that shit.
So you had it your way.
With hell yeah, and I have it in my way now. So with this whole thing, like the massive resignation of everybody quitting these jobs and shit, because everybody is seeing their self-worth. You know what I mean? So it's just like you said, sir, eventually that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be fucking robots flipping these shits.
It's true.
I just don't want no roaches and fucking bugs.
Yeah,
that's the part I'm scared about.
That, but damn, you might be on some. Because I've been seeing a lot of this in Japan.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen one with hamburgers.
Yeah.
But I have been seeing some with like popcorn,
pizza,
French fries,
ramen.
Yeah, pizza.
Yeah, I seen a ramen one.
And all that. I never seen one with actual hamburgers.
Yeah.
And when you said that, there will probably be some roaches finding a way to get in that machine.
They always do, bro. If they can get in the fucking PlayStation 4, motherfucker, they can get in the fucking robot.
Bro, for real. I cleaned out a friend of mine's one time, and holy shit, I was like, "What?"
If they can get in the game console, bro, they believe me, they get in the burger machine, bro.
Yeah, they could.
Big ass burger machine.
They said there's only 2 things that can survive a nuclear holocaust: roaches and Twinkies. So
and Dolly Parton's titties. You forgot there's 3. There's 3. There's 3 things. Hey. Wait, and maybe Cher's face.
But I'm gonna be honest. When one gets in Tennessee, I will be there early before it get rugged. And
what you said? Hey, I'll be there. I'll be there day and date,
day and night,
doing Birdman hands, waiting. Because after that, no more.
Yeah,
that's right.
Once you start seeing the machine tore up and rugged, that's how you know. Okay, there's something in there that's not supposed to be.
When you see them shits outside of a Dollar General, next to the red box machine.
Yeah, that's when it gets to the point.
Nah, fuck no. Hell to the no. To the no.
You just tell, like, it's all nice and pretty at first.
Yeah.
In a couple years, you'll see writings on it.
Look at the red box machines, bro. The red box machines.
You got the homeless guy sitting next to you, looking at you while he's making that burger for 6 minutes. Like, hey, yo, bro, can I get a burger? Can I get a burger, bro? You'd be like,
I think, honestly, to be honest, they would have to keep them inside.
That too. Dip it on the tea too. Add that on to it.
Yeah.
Hey, they gonna be holding people by the machine.
Yeah.
Hey, I see you getting a burger, man. Can you give me one too?
He'll be in with a double, bro. He'll be in with a double.
Hey, look, man, I got these cheeseburgers.
Hey, man, a lot of stuff, dog. A lot of stuff can happen, man. But let's get on to while we talking about food and stuff.
No.
Basically, one of our sauces is coming back.
Your sauce.
What's it called? Black.
The Szechuan sauce.
The Szechuan. The Szechuan dipping sauce.
I don't fuck with McDonald's.
It's gonna be available March 30th. You said what?
I said I don't fuck with McDonald's. So
it's starting out March 31st, and you already know you can get it with your nuggets. Like, I don't eat McDonald's either, but when this sauce did come out, I did go to McDonald's to try the sauce out, and the sauce is good as hell.
Sauce is fire.
Fuck you, sir. I tried that shit when they were launching that fucking sauce, and I went to the wrong fucking McDonald's. They told us there was certain McDonald's to go to, and that's why I know it's an inside job. You didn't want to tell me, so I go to a different McDonald's in Murfreesboro, and it turns out they told us I waited in the fucking line for an hour. And then after that, they open the doors and they're like, "We don't have the Szechuan sauce here. We only got the ranch." I was like, "Bitch!" But I'm already hungry. I'm been sitting in this goddamn line. You got me. fuck you, fuck McDonald's.
Yeah, they always try to. They got to a point now where they got
Damn,
one
man.
lane drive-throughs.
They
to where you
dipped
can't
your
leave
McNuggets like
drive-through.
that?
Yeah, bro, they dipped me, bro. And then
A bunch of them has that now.
motherfuckers was. I remember that day, bro. Motherfuckers was fighting in the street for Szechuan sauce, bro. It was crazy.
Bro.
It was almost when they told us that at that McDonald's, bro. It was almost like a mini riot.
Fight.
Like, motherfuckers was getting angry and shit. They was like, man, no, we came here for the Szechuan sauce. I'm like, and I'm in the middle of this shit. I was like, dude, I just want to go home now.
Mm-hmm.
And then they was like, oh, we'll give you a free poster and some stickers. And then I guess that calmed people down. But I was still mad about the shit. And after all that shit, my fucking car battery died in the parking lot. Fuck that day. Fuck you. Fuck McDonald's. Just make the Szechuan sauce at the store. Fuck all this shit.
Awesome.
I'm tired of chasing this shit.
You know, they just trying to be special. They kind of trying to be like them nacho fries, like
Yeah,
every
those-
year round.
Those are good though.
They not your friend.
The nacho fries dope though.
Yeah,
Nacho
they
fries
are.
on point, Szechuan sauce. Thank you. Like I never go to McDonald's, but I will be there.
All you gotta do is jump from the windows. Like you're like, hey, Szechuan sauce? Szechuan sauce? I heard you had Szechuan sauce.
Yeah, I'll eat them. Even though I don't eat their burgers or nothing, I'll eat them with some French fries.
I'm fucking with McDonald's after that Founders movie.
I mean, I just get we talking about that shit like 3 weeks in a row now.
Fuck them. That's
I fuck with their fries though, but yeah, I'm like you, but as soon as they drop this shit, I probably order this shit online.
Well, the crazy thing about it said March 31st in a few days, so it's already out.
You're gonna be in line for an hour. Hey, is this your order?
Oh wait, lines are long. I haven't joked about
this. This the wrong order. My bad. You be like, we ran out of Szechuan sauce. That was the last order of Szechuan sauce. You be like, get the
making me relive that shit. Anyway,
hey, so let's go to our another topic, man. It's just going crazy through headlines right now. Everybody been posting. Everybody's been talking about it. The House passed legislation Friday that will legalize marijuana nationwide, eliminating criminal penalties for anyone who manufactures, distributes, or possesses the substance. Lawmakers approved the measure in a 220 to 204 vote. And it's going to be called the Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement Act.
Hold up.
And if it goes through and the whole thing, you already know.
Exactly.
Has to go through the Senate. Hey, also, well, that's the real answer.
Yeah.
But in addition to decriminalizing marijuana at the federal level, the bill would establish procedures for expunging previous convictions from people's records and impose a tax on the sale of cannabis products. The tax will begin at 5% and eventually increase to 8%. Funding raised through the tax will go toward a fund to provide job training, mentoring, substance use treatment, legal aid, reentry services, and youth recreation programs. And it would also provide loans to help small businesses in the cannabis industry that are owned and controlled by socially and economically disadvantaged individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Why haven't they done this early? We not just us, but many motherfuckers across the country have been talking about why hasn't this been done already? You know what I'm saying?
Because they already know. Okay, if this bill somehow passes the Senate, I'll punch my mom live on face. Live on stream in the face. I'm just kidding. Like it's not gonna pass the Senate. It's not.
I think it will pass. If it passes the House, I'm pretty sure it'll pass in the Senate, and I know why. And you saw that number, and I bet you these motherfuckers already got their hands in the cannabis industry, bro.
Also, a lot of things like if you look at it, there's more of a younger generation than an older generation in politics.
Yes,
even some of the younger Republicans are rocking with some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Older Republicans saying hell no.
Because like the old guard, and it's like with the Reaganomics and all that shit, and the war on drugs that we know did not work. But I'm telling you, man, like the last House Speaker, he was a Republican dude. As soon as he retired from the Senate or the House, wherever the fuck he was at, that motherfucker he got involved with a cannabis company, and he's trying to legalize it himself.
But does that mean people can smoke it while they drive it and shit?
No, I would treat marijuana like you would treat like alcohol.
Yeah,
but I would treat it like you treat cigarettes.
It'll do more.
No,
It'll do more good than harm.
Yeah,
if it's
you treat it like
everything
alcohol,
that they're saying right here, what good could come from it? I think it's more of a positive than a negative.
But then they said this shit about the lottos too, bro. So they said the lotto's gonna do all.
That was a trap to keep poor people poor, bro. Don't believe that shit.
But I think I do agree with you. I think that this will be a better. I think this will be a better.
That's their own problem, dog. They play the lottery, dog.
That's the whole problem. You're preying on people's dreams.
Everybody.
That's
like
the problem,
dog. That's like me gambling. Lottery is gambling.
The problem.
Lottery is gambling, just like sports betting is gambling.
But they try and play it off like it's good for the city when it's not. It ruins lives.
Sports bet. The only time you was able to sports bet was in Vegas. Now sports betting is nationwide now.
I mean, it's even on their own football teams.
It's your own problems, man. Don't try to compare the lottery. Come on, dog.
I'm just saying, bro. That's how that in Tennessee when they were
now the whole thing about it. When the pharmaceuticals get involved in it, it's what's gonna be the problem.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, dude, these congressmen, the senators, they already got their hands in those pockets.
I believe it.
So whenever this shit passes, that just means more money for them because they're already taking interest in the stocks and shit. I honestly don't think that if you work in Congress, period, you should be able to like invest in stocks because they're doing insider trading a lot of times in Congress and I consider myself a Democrat, you know what I'm saying? But I believe there's Democrats that are doing that shit too as much as there are Republicans. But
both of them.
I know this is eventually this will pass. If it doesn't happen now, like in Biden's,
it'll pass.
If it doesn't happen in Biden's term, it's going to happen eventually, bro.
It just shows growth.
Yeah, this is the first wave.
It just shows growth in where our country is heading right now.
Yeah, because other countries already decriminalize that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's to help.
Look at how happy everybody in Canada is.
It's helping the smaller business, but it's going to be when the bigger businesses get involved.
Gonna move a lot of the weed mans out the game too.
They probably already got their pockets in it, but you knew that was coming either way, man.
I don't know. I feel like it's worrisome too. I feel like it's gonna force drug dealers to have to start pushing harder drugs. You know what I'm saying? Because
that happens either way, though.
That's gonna happen anyway. But I mean,
that's gonna happen anyway, dude. It's been real. Because they always lied about marijuana.
Yeah,
because they always said it was.
I never seen, and I have family members that smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen any of my family just come out and just like rob a motherfucker for some weed. You know what I'm saying?
No, but you've heard them say, "Hey, can I borrow $20?"
I mean, I've heard that. I've heard that before. You know what I'm saying? But it wouldn't.
Never seen nobody you never seen nobody
doing some depraved ass. I ain't seen nobody do some depraved ass acts for some marijuana. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. Like the whole reason is because the pharmaceutical companies didn't want marijuana messing with their money, and because you already know pharmaceutical companies, tobacco companies, alcohol companies. They all sponsor politics. They all sponsor them. And marijuana is healthier than smoking, healthier than alcohol. And they did not want that to get involved. Like marijuana.
Bro, they've been smoking weed. They've been smoking weed for centuries, bro.
A bunch of
longer than that. It's been longer than that, motherfucker. Before
smoke coffee.
Before white people got to America, motherfuckers like. Before white people got to the Americas, motherfucker, they was already on cannabis and using that shit.
Ashwagandha and cannabis.
You know what I'm saying? So it's.
I don't know if they was on cannabis. I know they was doing tobacco.
Yeah, they were doing tobacco, and there's been archaeological sites that actually have they found marijuana, like you know what I'm saying. They were using it for like rituals and shit, or medicinal purposes and shit.
Yeah, that's one thing that's one thing I couldn't understand is like you still sponsoring narcotics and alcohol. They try to act like they were doing a good thing by not commercializing narcotics anymore. I mean, not
They
narcotics,
did that
but
shit.
tobacco.
They did that shit. It was to keep black people locked up, bro.
Yeah.
And then keep that prison machine rolling. Because the best labor is free labor. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
That's
tobacco,
right.
man, you don't see any more commercials of tobacco, but you
no,
still see it at like gas stations.
I ain't gonna lie though. Joe Camel was cool as shit though. I wanted his jacket.
Hey man,
Joe Camel.
don't talk about Jay-Z like that.
Hey,
Wait,
what? But yeah, I can't wait for the shit to finally happen, man. It needs to happen.
It's just it's good. It's good now that we got some younger cats in there instead of all these old heads.
Yeah.
These old
It
heads
passes the
retiring,
sentence. I'll go streaking downtown.
and now the young cats is taking over politics, and some of the younger cats they agree on what we agree on. Because a lot of
everybody likes to smoke weed.
with these old heads.
Yeah.
They just passed that Emmett Till bill. That's one thing that got passed. You know, if them old heads was all in there, that wouldn't have got passed.
They would have looked back at Emmett Till, and they probably would have did how they do in the news when the cop shoots a black dude. They would say, "Well, he smoked weed or he throwing gang signs."
Yeah,
they'll probably find some shit. We found an old picture of Emmett Till's Facebook. Like, what? How?
Yeah, like it's a good thing we got some younger generations in there. They starting to get all this stuff passed through. And come on, Senate, rock with us.
Rock with us.
I know the Senate.
I'm looking at you, Joe Manchin.
Republican, right?
Huh?
Senate's still Republican, right?
No. It's Democrats running that shit, bro.
Oh, senators. Oh, it get passed through then.
Yeah, it is. It's true. And it's just, I mean.
Yeah, it's hypocrisy, bro. Straight up.
Yeah.
I think it's because they lining their pockets up, and they're gonna have it their way, and they look like the good guy for their constituents. You know what I'm saying?
Well, even though the government's gonna do it, there's still gonna be companies that's not gonna allow it. So if you think you go be able to do it at work, anything like that, no, it ain't going like that. Because companies still have their own policies.
Mm-hmm.
Now you might be able to smoke it at home or sell it with a license and all that, but you still not gonna be able.
Proven marijuana doesn't really impair your driving at all. Like it doesn't.
I
don't know, dude.
I don't know. I don't smoke.
I used to smoke weed. When I smoked weed, bro, back in the day, it did kind of.
Did it?
I don't know how the hell I was getting home.
Might have made you drive a little slower. That's about it. That's safe. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't impair your driving, dog.
And then you got the different strands. You got the different strands, the strains and all that shit, bro. It's I don't smoke weed. I got family members that do. I'm not gonna out nobody.
Oh, you never did. You never did smoke.
Nah, it's just I never smoked, bro. I'm telling you, I never smoked a cigarette. Or smoked weed. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's something that I just never had a liking. Like I just wanted to do.
That's right. He's Kung Fu Panda, man. That's what
you know what
I'm saying? Oh,
Poe gotta stay around for these dumplings, though.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie. If it is legalized, I probably would try it out though.
You'll say, "Pass me that shit, cuz."
But I think if they treat it like alcohol, like I was saying before,
yeah,
just regulate it like alcohol, like in laws too. Like don't do no fucking ounces on the person. Fuck all that shit. Like I'm talking about like DUI type shit. If I think that's how you would keep the safety, you know what I'm saying, road safety down if you treat it like alcohol. That's all I'm saying.
It does impair your vision while driving. I don't know what's real.
From what I've heard, from what I've heard, it does impair you. But it doesn't.
I remember I drove home one time.
It's impossible though. It's not like a beer. It's not like beer though. You know what I'm saying? It's not like beer. You can't just have one beer then be good an hour. If you smoke a joint, you're normally high for like 4 or 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like people got shit to do. You really think people aren't going to be driving around high?
But just like beer, you know what I'm saying? Beer or alcohol in general, different people react differently to it. You know what I'm saying? Some people can handle it. So like when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, I could drink like a whole fifth and not pass out or fucking throw up or have a hangover and all that shit.
Pierce brings up a good note here.
Nowadays I probably get all of the above. You know what I'm saying? It's just different people react differently to this shit.
In Colorado, you can smoke it while you're driving. So
hell yeah, they booming. They booming hard, bro. In Colorado, once they legalize that shit, you right, Pierce.
Mm-hmm.
You can have up to an eighth on you while driving and smoking.
This is going to help out a lot of people. I think New York passed the law too, a similar law, state-wise. As long as if they can just take out the federal shit and decriminalize it, because it's like a class 1 drug right now. If they can take that shit out, it's everybody's going to benefit from this shit, man.
Once it goes through, if it passes through the Senate, man, it'll help a lot of people. It'll do more good than harm. Though.
It will. I believe.
Like just keeping it a buck. It'll do more good than harm.
I don't know. I just want to see more Cheech and Chongs on the road, bro. That's all.
And I don't know
what
live
in San Antonio, Mo, but you still see that already.
Was talking about. Like it does impair your vision, dog. I don't know what he was smoking. He was on some weak stuff, dog. They actually probably gave him actual grass.
I'm just saying,
oregano, dog poop.
I used to be high all the time, so it was just me being normal. There was no impairment to it. You know what I'm saying? Like
shit, dude.
Nowadays, I'm all over the place.
I've heard different, dog.
Hey, that man, they actually gave him some fake stuff, dog.
gave him motherfucking bay leaves and shit.
Yeah. If it's I hope it does pass through the Senate, man, for real. Because they help a lot of people that want to get in business. Like they let everybody do stocks now.
Yeah.
It will also help people.
I got some cannabis stocks, bro.
Yeah, like it'll help the world, dude. For real. But that's all our topics, man.
We knocked them out.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought we was gonna have to skip one, but we knocked out all the topics, man. Yeah. So y'all ready to get on to these final notes, man?
Go ahead, close it out, bro. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Scripps.
All right, guys. Again, you can check us out on all platforms. Wherever you're listening. If you're listening, thank you guys again for commenting and listening on the show on Facebook. Helps with the algorithm of helping us being seen and all these things, since I myself am banned on Facebook right now. So for the next 30 days, I can't post or
because you're a bully.
I'm not a bully, man. I called out Joe Rogan for being a racist guy. You know what I'm saying? Like
stop before you get us banned, motherfucker.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, you can check us out on all platforms. Me everywhere but Facebook. And again, thank you for everybody commenting. I mean that's all I got.
All right. Well, you can catch us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, unlike Scribs, as the Unintelligent Graduates. Drop us a line on Twitter at the Unintel Grad. Give us the feedback. Let us know how we're doing, what we can do better. Even if you got a topic that you want us to talk about, let us know, man. The feedback is greatly appreciated. Salam out to everybody who's been checking in on our live shows and our audio version. We're going to take this and throw this on our podcast feed. Salam out to you guys, because without you, we wouldn't be here. There's millions of podcasts out there doing their thing, and you took your time to kick it with us. So thank you for that. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, Instagram and Twitter and Xbox at Black Pino J. Check out my YouTube channel, Game Track The Last Generation. Just search Game Track TLG, and you'll see my channel, what I'm posting out there. And that's all I got, man.
You can follow me, Sir Esters, on all platforms. You can follow us on Twitter, the Unintel Grads, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, the Unintelligent Graduates. Make sure you share, like, subscribe to us, tell the world about us. Thank you for sharing us. And also, if you listen to us on Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars.
Do it.
And thank you for people that's been commenting on the show and that's been watching us consistently. But I got a quote here. Pray for Bruce Willis for his aphasia. Basically, his quote is, You can undo the past, but you can certainly not repeat it. So just take that in consideration. Always know you do not need no 4-year degree to be a graduate. As long as you're bettering yourself every day, just know you're becoming a graduate. And
He choked. He sounded like he was choking on some weed though. He's like, I was like, what's he doing over
I'm
there?
just trying to not say what I'm
and
thinking.
you might say these three fellas is you might say these three fellas are unintelligent, but you need to come to realization that this is our show and we're the unintelligent graduates, and we're out. Peace.
Peace.
Mm-hmm.